Hello, everybody, and welcome to my first Outlaws of Thunder Junction draft for the channel. We're going to dive in going pick by pick and play by play, talking through everything so you know what to do when you draft this format yourself. I've got a draft guide posted. I've got all sorts of helpful resources already posted for you if you want to get better at this format and learn the ropes. But we are starting things off. We've got a pretty solid rare Outcaster Trailblazer. So when it enters, you get a mana. So if you use the plot, you can sometimes use it as semi-ramp. And then when another creature with power 4 enters the battlefield, you draw a card. So pretty nice there. Crackle with power can be pretty good because if you get to X equals 2, so 8 mana, you deal 10 to one of their creatures, 10 to them. That's pretty powerful. Prairie Dog is quite good as a 2/2 that can just grow if you don't cast spells on your turn or if you're plotting things. Definitely pretty fearsome. And then in the commons, there's Explosive Derailment, which is a really nice removal spell, and Take Up the Shield, which is a nice protection spell, and then Phantom Interference, which is kind of a nice mid-rangey spell. Here I'm leaning between Prairie Dog, the Outcaster, and those are kind of the main two I'm considering. I think Prairie Dog is better than Explosive Derailment. I'll try the Outcaster. It's early days still. Definitely nice to experiment with the rares when you see them. And this seems quite powerful if you can get it enabled. Okie doke. Now, our second pack, there's Rakdos Joins Up, which is kind of a fancy reanimation spell. It makes the creature bigger and is good with legendaries, but that's kind of not crazy. This is a druid, so not a outlaw, but this is a board wipe that can kill outlaws or non-outlaws or even both. Roadrunner is a nice aggressive threat. Tornado can do some stuff. More of a sideboarding type card. This is a best of one draft, by the way. Bristlepack Sentry is a reasonable common. I think I might just take this to go with the Trailblazer. I'm not feeling a huge direction. There's also Festering Gulch as like a splash enabler / desert payoff. But I think getting a 2-drop that plays well with 4-powered creatures could go well in this sort of strategy. Roadrunner's pretty good. Just hard to block. Yeah, we'll take the Bristlepack. Okie doke. And now we see a 4-power payoff in Cactus Folk Sure Shot. So 4 mana, 4/4 reach ward, can give stuff haste and trample. There's also Raucous Entertainer. So that's another nice little guy that can sometimes put an extra counter on your creatures. Essence Capture is decent as a counterspell that gets counters. Shackle Slinger, nice if you're casting 2 spells in a turn. Wolverine can be really nice if you want to get extra card advantage. I think it's between Wolverine, Sure Shot, Entertainer, and maybe even like Vengeful Townsfolk as a 3/3. Red-green is kind of the color that would fit best with this Outcaster Trailblazer. Sure Shot or Wolverine? I'm going to try the Sure Shot, I think. Maybe we'll get the red-green deck to work. Drafting with Optimism is what that's called. Now we see Repulse. I think Repulse is really, really strong. We'll probably just take that. There's also Badlands Revival. Definitely Sure Shot not looking as good. But I think it was better than the Wolverine, I think, as an option, just as a 4 mana 4/4 that's really hard to deal with that plays well with this guy. I think I'll take Repulse here. We can lean towards blue-green splashing or something like that. This card's pretty reasonable. This card's okay. Yeah, we're going to take Repulse. Okay, there's Reckless Lackey. We're not seeing much green here. Lackey's decent. Could also lead towards a sort of splashy deck. This card's not my favorite, but it's okay. Bedevil's the wrong colors. Some white cards. I think I'll take the Lackey. Now there's a late Slick Sequence. This card's really good if you've got multiple spells in a turn. There's also Wolverine and Drover Grizzly. Drover Grizzly, I think, is so much worse than the Wolverine. But I could take the Wolverine and just keep leaning towards my green cards still. This card's really good if it works, but I think I'll just take the safer pick, the Wolverine. I think it's a better card than the Grizzly. And will lead me towards a nice spot here. There's another Wolverine. There's also a Snakeskin Veil. I like Snakeskin Veil to protect my creatures. My 3-drop spot, I can hold another 3-drop. There's also this land that could be used to splash. Snakeskin Veil plays well with the Sentry. I'll just take Snakeskin Veil, maybe. I feel like I'll be able to get more 3-drops. Like, this is a reasonable 3-drop. This card is pretty good when it works. This guy's like another 3-drop / 4-drop. Could speculate on this guy. Or just take the Commando. I'll take the Commando. Plays decently with the Sure Shot. Ranch. We get a late take up the shield. Maybe I should have taken the top end guy after all. Then we get the Roadrunner back. Also a Peddler. Roadrunner's pretty decent though. The Peddler, there's also Tumbleweed Rising, which we could try. Plays really well with the Sure Shot. Maybe we try this card out. It doesn't seem that good to me, though. Yeah, I'll take the Peddler. I'll take the Peddler. We don't have any black cards. We do have a white card. Maybe we... That's the only color we'd really ever switch to. Currently, we're just playing red-green. But I was open to other things. Okay, this card's pretty great. It really helps your big creatures hit harder, gives you trample. The rare is nothing too special. This card's pretty good if you have a lot of graveyard and a lot of creatures. And then there's a Backwoods, which is always just going to be a good addition to a deck. I think I'll take the Alchemist, though. I would love a Backwoods. Help my mana out. So far, just looking like a good red-green deck, though. Feeling pretty happy with all my choices. I've got 3 good 2-drops. Got a Combat Trick, a Lackey even. Nice. Now we can get a red-green land. Just being able to zap something's pretty good. Like zap your opponent. Be a desert. There are some cards that care about that. There's another Free Strider Commander. There's a Raucous Entertainer. The Entertainer's a card I'm not sure about. I think it's good with some things like Wolverine and stuff where you don't have to cast it on the same turn. So I could consider taking this. I just don't think it's overwhelmingly powerful because you don't really want to be playing off curve with your 2-drop a lot of the time. Like, I could see it going well with some plot stuff. Plays well with the Sentry. I think I'm going to be able to get enough playable, so I'm just going to take the Backwoods. I already have 4 2-drops that are all pretty good. We'll just take the land. Oh my gosh. Tumblewag is amazing, and is Bristly Bill. I think Tumblewag's better in Limited. When a land enters, put a counter. Double the number of counters on each creature you control. That is pretty good. This card puts a counter on everything every turn, though. On something every turn. Gosh, I didn't think I'd have to make this pick. I think Tumblewag is better. Like, on turn 3, it puts a counter on something every turn. This thing also puts a counter on turn 3, but then it needs a land every turn. This can double the counters for 5 mana. This can double the counters when it attacks. This doubles the counters on everything. Gosh, this is such a brutal pick. This doesn't go as well as a top deck. I don't know which one's better there. That's such a tough pick. I've played with the Tumblewag before, which is why I really know how good it is. I'm just imagining the Bill card if I top deck it in the late game. I guess I'll have the mana that activated a bunch of times. But this card is just it doesn't require a huge mana investment to just go crazy. I'm going to take the Coyote here. This card's great. I also like Giant Beaver. Gosh, that last pick was really, really rough. I mean, Bristly Bill is awesome. There is a Trash the Town. I really like this card. Puts counters. Can you get me some card advantage? Can you get Trample? I like the Bristlepack Sentry as well. Bill costs 1 less mana, too. Love me a Naturalist. Get another Naturalist. This card's mediocre in my deck, but decent in some. I don't know what I was supposed to take there. That was a really, really, really tough spot. Trick shot. I'll take this. Just removal spell over the like ramp slash fixing slash big creature. Creature count is 13. I will take this, actually. I have 13 creatures and 2 patient naturalists. That's kind of enough to enable this, I think, potentially, over an ankle biter. Gosh. Ah, I did not help my red-green case by passing a Bristle Bill. That's for sure. But Tumblewag will be good in my deck. My mind is still just like, okay. Ooh, the Entertainer came back. I'm actually really happy with that because it's such a good combo with Rise of the Varmints. I can try to assemble that. There was also that black removal spell super late. So Tumblewag puts a counter every turn, including the turn it comes down, but Bristle Bill does that as well if you have a land to play. There's a lot of games where I like run out of lands. Like I have 5 mana in play and I like don't draw one every turn. Ooh, the Beaver is back. That's great. Great in my 4 Powered Matters deck. And my counters synergy potentially. I'm happy to pass both of these cards if it maybe helps the people around me get into my colors. Since on Arena, I'm not going to be playing against them. I really don't want someone getting into green. I'm going to take this over the Fling. Fling's actually way better in my deck. I could have a really big creature. So this is pretty good. When I commit to crime, look at the top 5. I can put a land. Journey to Nowhere, removal spell. How many crimes? This is a crime. 1 crime. Can be 2 crimes. I mean, I do not really commit crimes. Would I rather just take this? Yeah, this card doesn't really do much in my deck. I'll just take the removal spell. I need that anyway. I'll take the Stubborn Burrow Fiend. Nice little addition here. I think this is just a really, really strong card. I will maybe wheel this. But this guy plays really well, and especially with this Rise of the Varmints. Oh my gosh. Roxanne is such a beating. This card is awesome. Just takes out small creatures for breakfast. There's another Cactus Sure Shot. Unfortunate that I have to pass that guy up because he'd be good, but Roxanne is fantastic. Now we get a Prickly Pear or a Demonic Ruckus. I think Prickly Pear is excellent. Demonic Ruckus gives, I think, +1/+1 Menace and Trample, which can be good for some of my beefy guys. But so can just the 2 bodies for 1 card from the Prickly Pear. 17 creatures. I think I'm just going to keep taking creatures. Quilled Charger. I'll just take a second Snakeskin Veil. Quilled Charger is good in my deck. Hits like a truck, but Snakeskin Veil is really nice to protect my key threats. Like, Tumblewag plus a Snakeskin Veil is going to win me, like, every time I draw that combo. I would love a Quilled Charger, but... So now I'm at... Oh my gosh. Laughing Jasper? I can splash, maybe. I have Roxanne for a black source. The guys helped me dig for a black source. This card is really good. I mean, there's also not anything else for me to take here. I did see 1 black-red desert earlier on that I didn't get to take. So this can add mana to cast Jasper. What's this do? Oh yeah, it's like a... Yeah, it's not particularly playable. We get the Beaver. Over the Lackey. I'm not sure we want the Lackey anyway. I think Beaver is just a reasonable card. Just huge. Arid Archway. Laughing Jasper is also really good with Snakeskin Veil. Okay, Gold Pan over this guy. I don't really have any Outlaws, do I? Mercenary, yeah. I'll take the Gold Pan. Gets me another source for Jasper. Buffs up my creature's power a little bit. Really, the treasure for Jasper is the reason to play it. That gives me 1 black source, 2 black sources. I play a Swamp. Oh, Reckless Lackey's another treasure, so I will play the Reckless Lackey then. If I can get the black source in there. So I'll just play 1 Swamp, and I think I can get Jasper in then. Okay, I don't want any of these randos in the sideboard. So I think 1 Swamp is probably fine. I think because I'm splashing, I don't want to play the Arid Archway. This gives me 8, 8, 7, 14, 15, 16, 17. Gives me 8 green, 8 red. This thing's also kind of both swamp. So I have 1, 2 black sources, 3 black sources, 4 black sources, 5 black sources for Jasper. Free Strider Commando can also be used. I mean, Outcaster Trailblazer can also be used to help cast Jasper if I draw it at the right time. So this is cards I'm potentially cutting. My 3-drops are incredible. So I need to make 5 cuts. I think this is definitely a 17-land deck. Naturalist will make sure I don't run out of stuff to do. I don't think I need all 3 of the beavers. The beavers versus the commando, I think the commando is just worse. So I'll just cut the commando. Cut 1 of the beavers. What's my creature count at? 19 creatures. I think Rise of the Varmints will be good with my naturalists. My removal spells are currently 1 Derailment, Roxanne. 1, 2, 3, 4 2-drops right now. Do I want to go to 16 lands? I don't think so. I could cut this. It is kind of my 3rd interaction spell, which I usually try to shoot for 3. I could cut the Giant Beaver. Could cut Roadrunner and Peddler. Yeah, I think I'll cut the Peddler, the Roadrunner. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drops. Plus this is kind of a 2-drop. This is the 1-drop. My 3-drops are all staying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cut 1 of these. Call it a day. 16 creatures for my Rise with 2 Patient Naturalists. That's a card that could go, but I think its combo with a Rock is just really good. The Gold Pan could also be pretty decent. It's kind of a splash enabler, a little bit of a ramp enabler. Gets me to my Patient Naturalist. I think I could probably cut a land here. Color is way more green than red. Yeah, I'm going to cut one of my lands for a Discerning Peddler. Because that also is extra flood insurance. Maybe I'd rather cut it for a beaver or something, but... yeah. Should be good. I'm excited to see how this deck does. And I will see you folks in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support the NicolaiBolas channel at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. It is thanks to Patreon support that I'm able to make as many videos as I do, and I really do appreciate everybody who contributes towards the success of the channel. If you're enjoying my videos and would like to support my content directly, Patreon is the best way to do so, and you gain access to some cool perks along the way, such as access to my card-by-card tier list for each set and other cool benefits. Special shout out to those patrons who support my channel at the credits level. I really do appreciate it, but without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round one. On the draw, we'll keep this. Gold pan helping me keep this hand. Ooh, looks neat. Okay, we're going to lead with this. Snakeskin Veil we will keep on top. It can protect our Laughing Jasper. We already have a few lands. The Naturals will find us another one. I'm just going to try to get the Laughing Jasper rolling as soon as I can. Okay, maybe... I really want to cast this. Yeah, I'll cast this. I'll get the Jasper going next turn. Great, great. No land. Unfortunate. It's kind of unlucky if you think about it. But Roxanne is also really good if I protect it, so I might just use that because their creatures both 2 toughness. And I can even make an artifact token with mana. Land, please land. Oh my gosh, why? It's so brutal that I missed 4 lands in a row. No attacks. Nice, they don't have interaction. There's the land I kind of needed last turn. So I can use this to put 2 counters onto Roxanne. This can put a 3rd counter onto Roxanne. And now we wait. Bad tapping on my part, I guess. Yeah. Never mind, it was okay tapping. Here comes Laughing Jasper. Oh my gosh. Oh my word, oh wordy. Sure, we'll cast this. It's a 5/4 menace. Forced them to kill their guy. They have some big creatures of their own, though. They have their own snakeskin veil, okay. Okay, so they have 9 power. Just playing nice and safe here. Woo! I knew splashing Laughing Jasper would be worth it. See you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this. We'll have to see how our Rise of the Varmints looks this game. I expect turn 1 Lackey hit the person is going to be a pretty common play pattern. Wow, nice. Good thing I'm so able to punish them brutally for their turn 2 plays. Their shenanigans. Are they just going to kill this? That'd be really funny. I will plot this for later. So I'll play this, make a mana, play this, draw a card, give this haste, attack them, have Snakeskin Veil up. Or alternatively, I could trick shot them with Snakeskin Veil up. I'll protect my guy. Let's get this card draw on the road. Get him! Ooh, it just has a bow over it because it's got reach. Neat. Sure. They can't use that to crew the giant beaver. Because they, yeah. I really wanted to double block there. So they'll be able to do 7, 8, 9, 10. So Rise of the Varmints did not do anything this game. I'm dead to any buff spell. That's not a buff spell. Oh, they have that. Right. I'm bad. I'm bad. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. Well, to be fair, I probably should have just killed the beaver on the turn that I played all these guys out. Oh my gosh, that was horrifically played. I'm going to forget about that game. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this hand. Gosh, I feel real bad about that last game. That was tough. Because I could have done like some just chump blocking or block sacking with my one-drop guy. Yeah, I can't really block with that because they're mercenary token. Okay. That's bad for me. I think this works. Actually, no, they'll just pump. And then I can double block one of them. Ah, this is bad. Gosh darn it. This card is feeling pretty messed up. Rise of the Varmints has been bad every time I've had it. So far. What? Okay, well, I don't think many decks are going to be able to deal with what they just did. Yeah, okay. We'll battle. We'll battle again. Whew. That was tough. See you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this. I think I could have maybe won the second game if I had killed the beaver at a different time. I'm just going to go for turn 3 Laughing Jasper and hope they don't have a way to deal with that. It'll be a 4 toughness creature. I don't have a Snakeskin Veil in hand at the moment. Okay. I think equipping is better than playing the Lackey. Lackey would give me more options with Jasper, though. So I could block here. They could have a counter spell. I'm a coward. I'm not for not attacking. They don't play anything. Okay. I should have actually blocked with this and the Newt. I make it in plays too quickly. I'm not really thinking perfectly here. I guess maybe not, because then if they do something, yeah, okay. So this guy can block here if I need to. I'm going to start getting so many cards from them. I'm glad I'm hitting my land drops still. Like I have 4 mercenaries in play. Sure. I think this is going well. I think Team Jasper is getting a major win here. And they have not had a removal spell so far. I mean, they got a lot of card advantage from their stupid rabbit, but... This is Ward 2. Sure. Woo! Play Laughing Jasper, win the game. I'm going to make some tweaks to my deck. I think my deck is not as... I mean, maybe the format is just too fast in best of one for the Varmints card. It has not felt particularly relevant. Like, would I rather have Rise of the Varmints or just like a Roadrunner? Or even like a Beaver? I think I'm just going to keep trying it. It's still early days. It's experimental. I want to see my cards in different situations. But so far, I'm not loving the look of Rise of the Varmints. Even in my 17 creature deck with 2 Patient Naturalists. I'm also not loving this Reckless Lackey. So I kind of want to cut both those cards. I just play like bigger guys. I'd still have 1, 2, 3, 4 sources of black mana for the Laughing Jasper. 5 sources if you include this guy. Yeah, I kind of want to cut these. Okay. We're going to try it like that. And I'll see you folks in the next game. Welcome to another round. I'm going to keep this. I don't know if I'd rather have this Beaver be a Reckless Lackey even. This guy, I can use him to cast Jasper, so I think I'm going to do that. Getting Jasper down ASAP is my plan in these games. Never mind, new plan. New plan. The Tumblewag is here to battle. This is like why I like Tumblewag in the deck, because just like you play it on turn 3 and they have to deal with it pretty much. And that's why I like putting the counters on other things, because if they kill the Tumblewag, I still have my 4/3 Trampler. I knew they had Skullduggery. Do they have 2 of them though? Wow, they thought they'd get me by getting me to put the counter on the Tumblewag. Now next turn I can go this into Jasper Flint. I still have my 5/4 Trampler. The reason I did this lower line was because if they kill the Tumblewag, they might not have removal, which they probably don't because the way they did that. Okay, they're trying to double block here. This is a Warlock. That counts as one of the types. Gonna name black mana. I'm gonna play the Naturalist instead of the Sentry. I know the Sentry can attack. Okay, because I wanted to try and hit land drops so I could cast as many spells as possible. No attacks. I do cut off their mana if they trade. Here I just have a lot of card advantage flowing. And I get an extra card off Jasper if I don't trade. And based on how they deal with the Tumblewag, they did not have removal before. Okay. Plus X then fights up to one target creature you don't control. So I can do this for X equals 5. And then have this thing be absolutely massive. If I cast it for X equals 7, are they just dead on board? 6, are they just dead on board? This would have 11 power. They'd have to block it with at least this guy, and then they trade here and they die. Or they block it with this guy, they take 9. They jump here and they die. Yeah, I think they're dead on board. So then they block here, and they're dead, yeah. Unless they have a third Skullduggery. Woo! Got there. Nice. Very nice. See you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We have all of our best cards and a Snakeskin Veil. As long as they don't go... Oh my... Okay. I thought they were going to start curving out on me, and then they played that guy, and I was like, okay. Not really worried. Okay. Let's find a 2-drop or something. Okay, that's a 2-drop. Yeah, we got to keep that, I think. We don't want to get run over. I do still need to find lands, but I'll be able to draw some lands. Especially because this thing plotted will let me cast Jasper. If I do draw the land, though, I can just cast Roxanne. Maybe kill something. Three mana has me worried. I also wanted to hit my land drop. Okay, they have to be using it. What a weird bluff. I kind of wanted them to use it. So they're holding up counter unless you pay 2. They're also holding up Essence Capture. Gosh, that's what they're holding up. Brutal. Gosh darn it. Played around the common instead of the uncommon from the list. I'll get better at that as the format goes on. Then I played into their removal spell. Oh, man. Hoping I would draw a land, which I did not. Maybe I should have just played the 4/4 Beaver instead. They would have had to use their thing. I wouldn't have had Jasper die. Oh, that's huge for me. Could I buy a land deck? My gosh. I'm just going to die to this stupid flyer now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I could have had it all. I played into their essence capture. I just outthought myself this game, I think. I just outplayed myself. Also, I can't buy a land here, which is very frustrating. Could I draw a land? Thank you. I don't think it's enough. I think I'm dead anyway. I don't really have kill spells for the gem. This is how it ends. Brutal. Man. Oh, it's so frustrating. That game was so bad. I don't think I played it very well. It didn't end very well. But the draft was fun. We had some good cards. That opening hand, I thought I couldn't possibly lose because I had my 3 best cards. But then I think I played too scared because I kept the 2-drop on top instead of putting it on the bottom. Because if I could have Snakeskin Veiled, like I never got to use my Snakeskin Veil. If I could have Snakeskin Veiled their Lassoed by the Law on my card, I think I would have been able to win. But yeah, I think 2 of my losses were just due to bad play, which is unfortunate. I think I didn't play around Essence Capture properly. I didn't play around... I mean, maybe I played around too much, honestly. I should have just, like, jammed my spells. I also probably should have just played the Beaver first instead of the Jasper. And I probably should have just bottomed the 2-drop because I really needed to hit lands there to be able to hold up Snakeskin Veil to protect my guys. But I... and then I played around Counterspell on turn 2, but not on turn 3. Where if I just waited, it would have maybe constricted their mana as much as I was constricting my mana. Though to be fair, I was playing around the common instead of the uncommon essence capture. Like, I don't know how much to play around each rarity worth of card yet. But that felt pretty bad. I didn't have a lot of removal, so flyers were always going to be the bane of my existence. But I could have drawn explosive or trick shot. And those could have gotten me out of that. Or something from their deck if I had been able to stick the Jasper. That was just... There was one turn where if I'd been able to just jam Roxanne, I would have been able to kill their 3/2 and just start attacking them, I think. And so it was kind of a combination thing. The Raucous Entertainer didn't really do much. I probably should have cut it from my deck once I cut the Rise of the Varmints. but still, experimental. I hope you enjoyed it. If you made it all the way till the end of the video, leave hashtag laughing all the way, because those were all my wins pretty much, was when I played Jasper and it didn't die. But that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.